Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Obedient. Welcome to Obidati Family TV. This is, of course, the show Voting Labour Party, Voting LP. And is another edition, another episode of the show. And, of course, I'm Ibe Chooks, and here in the studio with
Joy, Jimmy Day. Good morning, guys. Thank you for joining us this morning. And we'll be looking at rights and responsibility of a voter. On the list, we have number one, assess your polling unit, your police station on the day of election. That is to say that it is also your right to assess your polling unit on the day of election. When you come around the polling unit, be sensitive enough to check your voting materials if they are all available and working in perfect condition. Secondly, vote in secret. Vote in secret is also your right to vote in secret. Okay, the cubicle will allow you to vote in secret. Do not allow the interference of all other voters. And thirdly, take a video and pictures of activities happening on the day. We said it before. It is also your right to take videos and pictures of happening activities on the day of election. If possible, you can even go live on your social media, video everything that is happening, give everybody updates on the day of election. And that will take us to responsibility as a voter. Obey all lawful instruction from INEC and security officials. Remember, we said that yesterday that if you don't obey, definitely it will lead to electoral offense and there's a penalty to it. And another one is ask if your PVC is accredited by the official, by INEC official, in order for us to avoid overvoting. It's really an issue we must look into. It's a big concern concerning the election coming up February 25th, 2023. And thirdly, vote responsibly and in an orderly manner. Like we said before, on the day of election, you need to be there. You need to act responsibly. You need to act in the proper manner, orderly.
Yeah, that's true. I think Joy just did justice to that. When it comes to rights and responsibility, your right and responsibility as a voter. I think this information is to equip you, to give you the knowledge that you need to have prior to the election, so that you don't go there naive or unaware of what you actually have, your right as a citizen, and you know how you can actually go about exercising them. And like you said, Joy, the election day, it starts with the voter going to his or her polling unit to cast his or her vote. And on getting there, of course, they're going to meet the electoral officials and maybe, of course, other voters. And like you mentioned, as a voter, you have the right to come to your polling unit, inspect the environment,
your polling unit.
Of course, ask questions, ask the INEC officials, are they ready? Are all the voting materials available?
Exactly.
Do we have issues? They owe you that answer.
They owe you an explanation.
They owe you an explanation, yes. So you can demand that. And then, of course, you have the right to vote in secret. The polling booth should be located or situated at a location where there is a high level of privacy.
Exactly.
The polling booth shouldn't be where everybody will, can see you voting and the party you are voting for. So if the polling booth is not situated in a place where there is privacy, you have the right to ask the INEC officials, why is this polling booth here? Can't we place it here where we have more privacy?
Exactly.
You have the right to do that. And of course, you have the right to take videos, take pictures. Nobody should stop you as long as you are not violating.
It is your right. It is your right to take pictures.
You're not violating anybody's right. You're not causing nuisance. You're not being violent about it. Take pictures. Go live on Facebook or any of the social media,
go live. Give people activities, current updates on the day of election.
True.
Show them what's happening.
Yeah, true. And of course, today on the show, we'll have a guest that will join us, possibly via Zoom. Maybe by the time we'll go on break and come back, we're going to be having a very seasoned political analyst, also a local government coordinator of one of the support groups here in the state. So we'll be speaking to him, getting to find out what they are doing at the grassroots level to push this very movement. Of course, you also know that you can be part of the show. You can join us. You can, if you want to know how you want to be part of what we are doing, either here live in the studio or, of course, to call in via Zoom. We'll have our social media platform showing on your screen right now. You can send us a DM or reach us on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number will be on your screen. Just send us a message, and of course, we'll get back to you and make an arrangement. Joy, you know I will do it every morning. Of course, you're going to take us through Labour
through
Party. That will be when we come back from the break.
Exactly.
To sensitize the voter out there that might not know. Of course, the whole essence is to make sure that people are used to this Labour Party, which is the party to vote in this forthcoming election.
Exactly.
And of course, his presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, whom happens to be, fortunately, if you ask me, the only credible person running for the post of presidency in this election. I mean, we've been seeing, I think the only good thing we're taking out of the opposition is that we're being entertained by the content they're putting out.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a candidate that was in Anambra the other day, and he gave us something to laugh with. And
exactly.
We thank him for that. But as for being the president, I think
it's not
happening.
That we don't want that.
We don't want that.
We don't want a joke for the president.
Giving us content. We need to laugh in this country. Things are hard already. Fuel is on the rise.
Exactly.
There's no money to spend. We have money in the bank, but you can't access it to spend it. So we can use a little laughter. So the break, and when we come back, we'll be hopefully introducing our guest to you and having the conversation with him. And of course, after that, we'll do the normal usual, go to Labour Party and
the logo.
The logo, that's right. Stick around.
Hello, this is my message to the Nigerian youths. I am glad that we have this great opportunity to discuss about the future of this country, Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to all of us, but to the youths most especially. I am super proud of what the youths have done, the realization that indeed the power lies with the youth. Indeed, successive governments and leadership have failed the youth. They've dismissed their capacity, the creativity, innovation. And this is why we are where we were. I am here to speak to you that not only am I proud of you, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, is super proud of you. We are proud of the movement you're leading and all the sacrifices being made for a better Nigeria. I can tell you, Peter Obi means well for Nigerian youths. He will run a youth-inclusive government and purposeful leadership that will usher in a new dawn for generations to come. Job issues, unemployment, and indeed all the other hazards that we face as younger generations, I believe will be a thing of the past, at least reduced significantly. I'm here to remind you that we are the last lap of this race when we all need to come to the consciousness that the effort we're going to put in the next coming weeks can change our trajectory completely and positively. So I want to urge you, do what you can to keep on the fight until a better Nigeria is achieved. You need to make sure that you realize again that you're actually the one running for presidency, just using Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed as symbol. We are coming for a better Nigeria. This is time to vote for Labour Party. The logo is Papa, Mama, Pikin, or LP. On that day, come out in mass, show your energy, show your creativity, do everything you need to do positively to make sure your votes count. That means waiting till the end. I am thankful to God for what the Nigerian youths are doing. God bless you all. Thank you.
Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, LP, can you get a vote? Labour Party, Labour Party, LP, can you get a vote? Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour say, Mama, Papa, now, Labour Party, Mama, Papa, now, Labour say, Mama, Papa, now, Labour Party, Mama, Papa, now, Labour Party.
Mr. Peter Obi's administration built from scratch Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University Teaching Hospital with 25 building structures. His government funded transformation of massive infrastructural development, accreditation of 12 health institutions and 2 hospitals, and also built 10 maternal and childcare centers across the state. He is the first governor to purchase medical equipment worth over 135 million naira and 50 ambulances for the health sector in Anambra State, which remain functional till today. He built and equipped Dr. Jonwilo Heart Center in St. Joseph Hospital, Adazi-Nnukwu, where heart operations are performed. Anambra State is the first state in Nigeria to distribute more than 30,000 computers to secondary schools. Mr. Peter Obi distributed about 700 buses to secondary schools in Anambra State and built 200 primary school blocks. He donated the sum of 300 million naira to Anglican churches and 440 million naira to Roman Catholic churches to rehabilitate their missionary schools. During his tenure, he gave 1 million naira each to more than 160 first-class graduates. To promote the reading culture in the state, he went ahead to build a well-equipped library known as Prof. Kennedy Dike Library, Awka. He also rehabilitated the divisional library in Onitsha and gave 500,000 naira to each secondary school in the state to provide library materials. This boosted the student performance from the 26th position in Nigeria to the first position. The security improvement was exceptional as he provided security vehicles to 177 communities in the state. He cleared pension and gratuity owed since 1990 to the tune of about 37 billion naira and also paid monthly stipends to the elderly in the state. Mr. Peter Obi built the first secretariat complex in Anambra State to house the various Anambra State government ministries that were scattered all over the state. His good governance attracted the second largest brewery in the world, known as Sab Miller, to build their first greenfield facility in the state. He was recognized by the Millennium Development Goals (MDG) as the best governor in the implementation of their programs in Nigeria. Peter Obi constructed 2 bridges across the popular Agulu Lake in Anyocha local government area of Anambra State at the cost of 2 billion naira. He funded Agulu Lake Hotel Project, Golden Tulip, and reconstruction of Upper Iweka bridges at the axis of Enugu-Onitsha Expressway with 6 lanes. Peter Obi constructed 800-kilometer of road network between rural and urban areas. Some of the roads include Ibariam Internal Road, Ekulobia Ezinifite Road, Niger Drive Onitsha, Ifite Dunu Road, construction of Zik Avenue and Mpo Flyover, 30 verifiable bridges, Ezu Ebenebe Bridge, Oka North, Isu Anyocha Bridge, Opaka River Bridge, pedestrian bridge at permanent site Unizik Junction, Oka. He created industrial parks as catalysts for industrialization. He constructed and commissioned the Governor's Lodge at Annex Onitsha, FMR Customary Court of Appeal Complex, High Court buildings at Nnewi and Ogidi, Judges' Quarters at Onitsha. His visionary leadership brought unprecedented transformation to the local government in Anambra State. He made provision for 1.2 billion naira credit facilities to farmers in the state and cleared a 20 million naira debt owed banks as a result of the 2012 flood devastation. Peter Obi's administration purchased 90 buses and taxis for Anis Mass Transit Company. He adopted the best practice in waste disposal and provided over 300 million naira worth of waste evacuation trucks. The Debt Management Office rated Anambra as the least indebted state in Nigeria. Mr. Peter Obi handed 75 billion naira to his successor, Mr. Willie Obiano. The credibility and reputation of Peter Obi as a competent visionary leader in public service governance and management of state resources remains undisputable.
Be that they vote for, they'll go vote for another person. So what will they try do now? They try teach people, show people say now the logo be this. So that the way you want vote, when you reach there, you will see one will be umbrella, not be for Peter Obi. You'll see one will be broom, not be for Peter Obi. Now this one will Papa, Mama, Pikin, Day, and that will be Peter Obi. So when you want vote, you come press that ink they'll put for your hand. You come put her for where this picture they so now you go put her. That's why you take vote for Peter Obi.
So if you see the Labour Party logo now, you know what you are
I
going
don't know because of this.
the logo.
Picture of
So on the day of the election, you put your hand for where you picture, you make it not process another person.
So how can you do this? How can you prevent election rigging at your polling unit on election day? We share a few tips with you. So 1, show up early at your polling unit on election day. If you show up early, it's one way to stop election rigging because it gives you an opportunity to observe every activity at your polling unit. Now, this will enable you cross-check the following sensitive materials. You've got to shine your eyes and ensure that these materials are available at your polling unit. 1 is the ballot papers, 2, result sheets, 3, the BVAS device. Now, before accreditation and voting begins, ensure you verify that the BVAS has 0 figure for accreditation. Next, after accreditation and voting, remain at the polling unit to watch the process until ballot papers are counted. Closely monitor the ballot counting process and ensure the results are recorded on the original form, and it's the form EC8A for the polling unit. Then you need to ensure the INEC official takes a photo of the authentic results for that polling unit using the BVAS only. Only the BVAS should be used to take image of the result sheet. Now, once the photo of the result sheet is taken, closely watch to ensure the INEC official uploads the results on the INEC election results viewing portal using the BVAS. Now, where there is no network to transmit the results at the polling unit, we encourage you to accompany the INEC official with the BVAS to any location with network and verify the result is transmitted electronically. Lastly, you request that the INEC official post the polling unit's results at the polling unit using the form EC60E. Every polling official is required to post the results of that polling unit at the polling unit. If possible, after all this, you can accompany the INEC officials and the electoral materials to the Ward Collation Center to monitor the ward level collation of results within your particular ward. And please feel free to take pictures and videos of activities at the polling units, because the law provides that you can, whether party agents take video recordings of political activities. And we encourage you, you can share these videos and pictures on social media and tag INEC Nigeria, tag Yaga on Twitter or on Facebook or Instagram, or use the hashtag Nigeria Decides 2023 or the hashtag Watching the Vote.
Our great Nigeria is possible.
Yes, so my correct country people, Oyibo talk am say person wey dey do something the same way all the time come think say e go get different results. That one sef na madness o. We don dey make the mistake since. Make we now make am again o. Election don reach for us to select our leaders wey go enter power to rule this nation. Na make we dey tell you make you shine your eye and vote Peter Obi and Yusuf Datti for president and vice president of Nigeria. My people, no let anybody deceive you. 2 cups of rice no go feed you for the next 4 years. 4 years of Ankara no go cover your nakedness for the next 4 years. 5,000 naira no go pay your children's school fees for the next 8 years. So no let anybody deceive you and buy your vote. Peter Obi and Yusuf Datti don show say they be people wey get good mind and their dream na to make Nigeria better for you and me. So make we support them and vote for Mr. Peter Obi and Yusuf Datti under Labour Party wey the symbol na Papa, Mama and Pikin for this February election wey dey come so.
For light today, for everything to work for us, for Nigeria.
P2B Labour Party.
We'll continue with the show. I'm still here with Joy.
Welcome, guys. Welcome
Yeah, so
back.
Joy, quickly, we're going to take our esteemed viewers, audience, through the Labour Party logo and, of course, the voting process. We do it every day on the show, and you're good at that.
Welcome, guys. Quickly, we're going to go over the sensitization of voters on the day of election. Like we said earlier on, that on the day of election, you will not be seeing the face of Peter Obi on the ballot paper. Neither will you see the face of his running mate, Yusuf Baba Ahmed, on the ballot paper. What you see on the day of election is the party logo, beside it LP on the day of election. That's what you see on your ballot paper. And another thing we need to know is how to cast a vote on that day. You're advised to use your index finger, not the big thumb, because this time around the boss is big, but we don't know how it's going to look. We don't know how it's going to look. So you're advised to use your index finger to cast your vote on the day of election, and you print it horizontally, not vertically. Not vertically, you print it horizontally on the box in order for it not to exceed the space within the box. You are advised to use your index finger. You print on your ballot paper horizontally, not vertically. And another thing we need to know as well is how to fold your ballot paper. How to fold your ballot paper on the day of election. You don't fold it like this. You don't fold it horizontally. Yeah. You are advised to fold it vertically. Reason is that in order for you not to have double prints on your ballot paper, which is an invalid vote, it's considered to be an invalid vote on that election day. you're advised to fold it vertically, not horizontally. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Joy. That was quite enlightening. And of course, we are encouraging you to make sure that you still go out and sensitize people that will need this information, especially the elderly, and of course, the first-time voters that might not really, they're not yet accustomed with the voting process, so that they will get to know, so that day there wouldn't be any surprises. And of course, there is also the need to tell people more about the logo. There's a video I saw online. I think it was Nnamdi Azikiwe Teaching Hospital, the Nnewi chapter. They stood so a department that did it. What they did that they designed the logo. There was no P2B or Obidati. They were just going about telling people, sensitizing people that this is where to vote.
Exactly.
And it was I saw it as a very good development, very good idea, because people, if people are used to the candidate, which is P2B, and they're not used to the party, it might actually not be to an advantage when it comes to this election, because on the day of the election, when you get into the polling units and on the ballot paper, you're not going to see any P2B.
Exactly.
So people might be like, okay, P2B is the candidate I want to vote. So what's his party? And you have tens of parties there. Yes. So you might not be able to identify. So, okay, this is where P2B belongs. So I think there is need to prioritize the sensitization on the party logo.
Yeah, there is also a need for neighbor-to-neighbor sensitization. Of course, we all know that the election is less than 23 days from now. It's fast approaching. There is need for neighbor-to-neighbor to sensitize, neighbor-to-neighbor sensitization. Talk to your neighbor. Tell your neighbor to talk to another neighbor. Talk to your family, friends, lovers, and well-wishers. Tell them about Peter Obi. Preach the gospel of Peter Obi. Tell everybody, because we know that the only credible candidate we have in this election is Peter Obi. And if we're not voting Peter Obi, like we likely say, you're not voting anybody. Yeah.
And while telling them about Peter Obi, make sure you tell them that it's Labour Party. Peter Obi and Labour Party, and that on that day they will see Labour Party on their ballot paper and not Peter Obi. But a vote for Labour Party is, of course, definitely a vote for Peter Obi. We're so sorry that we couldn't have our guests on the show like we promised. I mean, we all know the issue we can have with network at times, and today wasn't a good day. But hopefully tomorrow he will be joining us on the show to talk about what they are doing at the grassroots level for this movement. And of course, if you're doing anything in your locality, to mobilize grassroots empowerment or sensitization, and you want us to share it, you want us to give you a platform to let people see what you're doing, you're very welcome to come and join us on the show, either via Zoom or live here in the studio. We'd like to have you. Just go ahead and contact us or send us a DM. You are seeing our social media platforms on your screen. You can reach us on any of them or through the WhatsApp number you're seeing right now on your screen, and we will be glad to reach out to you. Glad, sorry, Joy. It's been a wonderful day. Yeah. So we're always here every day, weekdays, 8 a.m. That's the time for the show. And of course, all we do here is to talk about Labour Party and the change we are anticipating for this country. That is almost, we can see it very visible on the horizon. We feel like the destiny is in our hands already.
Make your choice. It's left for you. Yes, it's left for you to make the right choice.
Yeah. And we still advise you to vote your conscience, not your belief. Don't vote your religious affiliation or your tribe. Vote based on your conscience. If you're living in this country and you're going through what everybody's going through, and you feel like it's enough, it's time for us to stop, for us to take the necessary changes.
Then you know what to do.
Then you know what to do. You know the candidates, and if you are honest to yourself, you know who is credible, who has what it takes to change this country and make it better for what it should be. On that note, thank you for joining us. I've been Ibe Chicks, and of course,
Joy, Jamie Day.
And we'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same Obidati Family TV here on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. See you tomorrow. Have a great weekend. It's almost Friday. It's almost weekend. Thank God. It's TGIF.